vám prajeme z klás jazykovej školy. Sme tu opäť s naším ďalším workshopom, tentokrát pre deti. Včera do poludnia sme mali pre dospelých, to bol náš posledný live workshop a dneska máme posledný pre deti. Poďte si to s nami užiť. Moje meno je Libuša, ja vás budem sprevádzať tak trošku po slovensky a John teda bude ten, ktorý to tu všetko dá dnes na pána aj s celým abstraktným umením. Už vidíte, že tu máme pripravené aj plátno a takisto aj trošku histórie abstraktného umenia, ktoré vám porozpráva John. Možno najprv vás poprosíme o potvrdenie, či nás dobre počujete, či nás dobre vidíte a zároveň si prejdeme aj materiál, ktorý dnes potrebujeme, aby ste mohli dnes s nami tvoriť. So John, come and say
hello.
Hello,
Hello everybody.
So what do we need today?
Well,
And what are we going to do?
I sent out a list. And
Yes, they
I
all
think,
got it?
Yes, so hopefully you all have A3 size card like that. You're going to need three sheets of card. Paper is not really good enough. It'll do, but it's not great for this exercise. So you'll see why as we go. And the first thing we have to do is we have to cut out a frame of it. I'll show you how to do that in a minute.
Okay, so that's what we need. 3 výkresy a trojkové. So then we need...
You need a ruler. You'll need some glue. You'll need a scissors. You'll need a compass. We call this in English a compass. Okay?
Vedie nás to na sever, dúfajme u nás krúžidlo.
A good marker if you have one. A black marker. As big a marker as you can find. And your paints, of course.
So let's...
As many colors as you can. The colors don't really matter. I just have a range of yellows, red, green, and a few blues here, and lots of white. You're going to need lots of white today. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. Brushes and water.
Takže kým sa pripravíte, sa pozriem, počujeme, vidíme, výborne. OK, takže najprv, kým si to ešte vy všetko pripravíte, ak náhodou ste nestihli, tak ja ešte poviem, že John najprv trošku vysvetlí, čo a ako to vzniklo, prečo robíme dneska abstraktné a ako to bude všetko fungovať. A potom už budete spolu s ním maľovať, kresliť a vystrihovať. OK, so
Let's go for it.
let's have fun.
Now, let's move our camera a little so you can see what I'm doing. What have we got here? Now, first of all, I want to show you some examples of some groundbreaking, iconic, abstract paintings. So what is abstract? Well, in very simple terms, an abstract painting is a painting in which you won't recognize anything. It's got to do with gestures, lines, squares. Look at this, for example. Now, there's an abstract painting. Here's another one. Nothing recognizable in any of them. It's got to do with the use of paint, shapes, colors for their own sake, not to represent something from the real world. And you get extremes. People like Jackson Pollock. Look at this guy. Jackson Pollock was an American artist, made his name during the 1940s and 50s. And he was in his studio one day when he noticed his paint was dripping on the floor. And he said, well, that's interesting. Maybe I can use that. So he pinned a canvas to the floor and he deliberately dribbled his paint onto the canvas in a very controlled manner, but not too controlled. He was allowing for the element of chance in it. And this is what he ended up with. Very big paintings like this, to begin with in black and white, and then he started working in color. And just to give you an idea of what we're talking about here, one of these paintings, if you wanted to buy it, would cost you $200 million, approximately, which is ridiculous. Maybe Libuš will have to translate a little bit of that.
Yes, I will. OK, takže abstraktné umenie je umenie, kde nie je podstatné, či sa to k niečomu viaže, ale je to o tom, že to umenie keď sa na to pozriete, tak vám to musí dávať zmysel a musí to vyjadrovať niečo, čo si vy pod tým predstavujete. A toto je práve aj to abstraktné umenie, že nie je nutné, aby ste veciam veľmi rozumeli, skôr je to o tom, že to, čo si predstavujete a to, ako to vidíte, tak si poviete, sa mi to páči alebo sa mi to nepáči. Preto je veľmi ťažké zhodnotiť tieto veci.
Okay, now there are different types of abstract painting. You can give names to some of them. This was what was known as constructivism. Came about in Russia, 1920s, 1930s, and this is by a Russian called Malevich, Kazimir Malevich. Constructivism used basic shapes like this, highly colored, and arranged them on a flat surface like that. And it didn't last very long. It was a very short-lived sort of movement in the arts, but very effective. Mondrian, you may know Mondrian. We're going to have a look at some of this now later on. And look at the beauty of this. Look at these beautiful primary colored reds, yellows, blues, black rectangles and squares in this fabulously arranged. Now, really well thought out in advance. He planned these things meticulously before he painted them. The other extreme from that is someone like Pollock, of course, and Willem de Kooning, a Dutch artist, who, not particularly well planned, these are gestural paintings. They were known as action paintings by the abstract expressionists from New York in the 1950s and 60s. Very big paintings. Rothko's an abstract expressionist, Pollock, Franz Klein, a lot of people. It was the art form for 10 or 20 years or so. A spin-off from that, American artist Frank Stella, and then we come right up to date with Howard Hodgkin, a British artist, and this girl, Juliette Meretu, and that in reality is 60 feet long by 40 feet high. It's just huge. That is the first abstract painting ever done by a Russian called Kandinsky. Now we're going to be using bits and pieces from all these paintings to do our own painting today.
OK. Takže niektorí sa pýtate, že či to bude podobné napríklad aj to, ako to bolo včera. Včera sme takisto maľovali abstraktné umenie. Dnes sa budeme venovať abstraktnému umeniu pre deti. Včera to bolo pre dospelých, čiže dnes chceme dať takisto aj deťom možnosť vyjadriť sa. Chceme, aby videli to, aké je dôležité, že môžu sa na papieri hrať a môžu si urobiť vlastne to, čo len chcú. Takže čiastočne budeme robiť aj veci zo včerajška, ale budeme to zjednodušovať. OK?
All right. So, all right, let's get to work. Enough talk. You need to take one of your A3 pieces of paper, and here's mine here. I'm just putting it up here to show you what we're doing first. The first thing we're doing is we're going to use our ruler to make a frame out of this. Now, I've started cutting it out, which you'll see. So, just go with your ruler to the edge and draw a line down. Do the same at the bottom. A line across. Same here. A line down here. And the same at the top. And then we have to cut it out. Okay? Now I've already drawn my lines. And then we're simply going to cut it out like this. All the way around. Oh! I need my glasses for this one. Here we go. So, all the way around with your scissors. Your mum or dad will help you. How many people have we got? Have we got some names? Libush, who's here?
There are about 15 people.
Okay.
And at the moment I can't tell you names, sorry, because I'm just replying to just in a second.
Type your names into the message box if you can. There's one there. And let us know who you are, and we'll say hello. And you'll be famous on television. Well, on YouTube. So, all I'm doing is cutting around like this. This is kind of hard, so your mum and dad will help you. Once we have this done, we can move on to the next stage. All the way around. Try and stay on the line if you can. peasy lemon squeezy. And we end up with that. Now, so that everybody can see what I'm doing, I've made a bigger one. So this is going to be my one. This is an A2 size frame. This is A3. I'm going to work at A2 size so everybody can see what I'm doing, okay? And this is an A2 size piece of card as well. So, I'll give you a minute to cut out your frame, and then we'll put it to one side, and we'll get another piece of paper, your second piece of paper, put it up in front of you or on your table, and we'll get to work, okay? Now, where do we see? All ready? I have my paints here. I have a lemon yellow and a cadmium yellow and a signal red, hooker's green, a few different blues, cerulean blue, cobalt blue, Prussian blue, and some titanium white. We'll send you that list again. Okay? Now what are we going to do? Well, we're going to take some of the ideas from some of these paintings to make our own. Like what, John? Like this. Let's start with this lemon yellow. See this yellow here? And we'll just draw a big squiggly line. Voilà. Whoa, I like it. That's called a squiggly line. What do you call that in Slovak, Viva?
It's a nice road.
What's a squiggly line in Slovak?
I don't know, but I would say vlnka.
A vlnka, okay? There's one big squiggly line, and it goes from the top to the bottom. Let's do another one. Need some water on our brush. It dries out too quickly at this paper. How about that? Now you'll see the reason why I'm doing all this as we progress. For the moment, we're just having fun. Now let's go this way. I like it. And where do we see? Let's go down this way as well. You guys able to do that? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't think we need to translate anything. No,
I think we're okay.
You can do 5, you can do 3. I've just done 4 like that. You can do more or you can do less. Entirely up to you. Now, that's going from the top to the bottom. Now, this time I'm going to go from left to right. Watch, with the same color. We go this way. Uh-oh. Now we're starting to get something interesting already. Huh?
Možno toto je aj odpoveď. Včera sa pýtala jedna pani, že či môžeme mať len rovné čiary, ale teraz vidíte, že môžeme mať aj vlnkované čiary.
We go here and start to overlap now, look. Liebers is very good, we let her do one, but it needs to be extremely well behaved.
There was a lady yesterday asking, remember if we only do straight lines? So now this is an example of lines that are not straight.
Exactly, exactly. You're trying to tease the eye, really. You're trying to puzzle the eye sometimes. You're trying to just intrigue the eye, as if it was something separate from yourself. Now let's try a different yellow. Let's try this lovely deep cadmium yellow here, and we'll do the same again. Now watch. And you'll start to see the surface getting more and more intriguing, more and more interesting. Look at this. Ooh.
Okay, so we have a name, Gretka.
Gretka, hello Gretka. Where are you from, Gretka? Can you tell us? And how old are you?
Áno, prosíme, napíšte nám mená detí, ktoré s nami pracujú. A takisto by bolo fajn aj keď napíšete ich vek, aby sme možno vedeli sa pozrieť na to, že či potrebujeme viacej alebo menej. A možno aj potrebujete pomôcť s nejakým prekladom kde tu, ale v zásade si myslím, že toto je dosť názorné a môj preklad nebude nutný.
Anyone else? Gretka? So far?
So far.
Okay. Look at this. Squiggly lines. It's a mystery. What is he doing? Oh my God, what is he doing? Oh. Well, if you stick around, you'll find out.
We have Karolinka.
Hello, Karolinka.
She's 6 years old.
Hello, Karolinka, 6 years old.
Then we have Jurko, he's 5.
Jurko. Hello, Jurko.
Then we have Kinga.
Kinga.
Yes, she's 7.
Hello, Kinga, age 7.
And we have Leika, 8.
Leika. Hello, Leika.
We have Zina, she's 10.
Zina is 10.
Okay, so we have between 5 and 10.
Between 5 and 10. Well, look at future artists of Slovakia. Is that right?
Yeah, and then we have Adishka, 9.
Adishka. What a lovely name.
Barborka is 6. 2 sisters.
Who's 6? Sorry.
Barborka, her sister.
By
Elishka's sister.
Okay, by how do you pronounce it?
Barborka.
Barborka.
Yes.
Barborka.
Oh, nice. Very nice. See, you're learning something here. A ak ste nevideli náš art workshop v minulom týždni, ktorý sme robili v sobotu o 10 ráno, teraz je tam už postnutý ako video, tak si môžete urobiť aj ten. Sme kreslili hrad a tam sme sa rozprávali o trojdimenzionálnom maľovaní, o tom, čo je vpredu, aké farby sa používajú, o tom, čo sa používa v strede niekde obrázka a vzadu, v pozadí. Takže to bolo také viac reálnejšie, alebo také niečo ako maľovanie krajinky. Pre dospelákov sme mali maľovanie z fotografie neskôr v nedeľu, tak dnes máme abstraktné umenie. No, it's
okay. Now, so we did across this way with the cadmium yellow and down this way with both colors so far. Now we're going to use this delicious red. Watch this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at this.
And then we have Vicky and Kristinka, 10 and 8.5.
Hello, Vicky and Kristinka.
Samuel, 7.
Daniel?
Samuel.
Samuel. Hello, Samuel.
A ešte nám možno aj napíšte, že ako je to s ich angličtinou, že či vy im veľa musíte pomáhať, alebo keď sa pozerajú na Johna, že či im v pohode podľa toho, ako on to kreslí, čím to v pohode ide a rozumejú možno niečo tu a tam, alebo v zásade sa len pozerajú a kreslia podľa neho.
I like red. Red is very vivid, isn't it?
In combination with yellow, it looks
yes,
very nice.
exactly. We're getting something very interesting already. I wasn't expecting that so soon. These are very much autumn colors, aren't they? Have you seen the leaves turn these colors at this time of year? I was out in the woods today and everything is this color, reds and oranges and yellows. Not so much green. Green all leaves the leaves at this time of year. I don't know where it goes. Maybe it hides and comes back next year in spring. Now, fun this, isn't it? You'll see why I'm doing all this soon, what this is all about. It'll all come together. There's 3 different parts to this abstract painting.
Ako to zatiaľ deti zvládajú, stíhajú s Johnom? Napíšte nám takisto do komentárov. Je to iné teraz, keď John vás nevidí a že nevie úplne s vami kontaktovať sa a komunikovať, pretože keď máme tie hodiny online, že samozrejme najlepšie je živý kontakt, ktorý je tu v triede, ale keďže teraz fungujeme cez Google Meet v online, tak je to stále lepšie ako takto cez live, pretože vidí, ako tie deti pracujú, vyzve ich, povie, že ukážte mi to, ako ste na tom, zvládate to, páči sa vám to, tak teraz musíme v zásade len takto komunikovať.
Now, yeah, what's going on?
This is nice. Like, I was asking, like, do you actually understand, like, a bit of English? Is it okay? Or you're translating for the kids? And this is so nice. We got an answer. Neither mom nor son understand, but we are painting anyway.
Yeah, that's what you do. It's a visual thing. This is not an English class. If you learn some English, that's good, but it's not about that. Now look. It's really just playing in the mud for adults.
Oh, for kids too.
And for kids too.
Now we're actually showing them, because like last week we had a bit of a difference between those two paintings, right? But this time I really like it that we can show them something from the world of adults.
Yes.
So I really like that.
Indeed. Now this is a blue. It's actually kind of a turquoise. I'm adding a little bit of yellow to it. What's happening in somebody is...
This is the question was also if they can manage to follow you, like if you're not too fast, and then there is an answer, yeah, we can, don't worry,
okay.
Like then they were even, the daughter was even faster than you.
Faster than me?
Yes.
My God.
But,
what's her name? I can't
but then I think she was maybe just making straight lines,
okay.
and then you're making them a little bit curvy, so
well, they're very
I don't know.
curvy, aren't they?
Yes.
So that's going down with the blue. We've gone back and we've gone up and down and from left to right with all the colours so far, and now we're doing it with the blue. Now we have to go across with our blue this way. Well, now look, I've added a little bit of white to this blue.
Nice.
Oh yeah, look.
Super, tak sa tešíme, že máme toľko malých poslucháčov. Možno, že tá angličtina je pre nich ešte ťažká, ale to vôbec nevadí, lebo umenie je názorné. Tam nie je vždy potrebné, aby ste rozumeli každé jedno slovo. Podstatné je, že dokážete nasledovať to, čo robí John. Tak v tomto je to asi našťastie jednoduchšie ako hodina angličtiny.
These colors are all starting to mix now.
Wow.
And that's what I'm hoping
This is a completely different thing than that we've had yesterday.
Yes. I did an abstract painting with some adults yesterday. And then I said, well, let's not do the same thing again. It's boring to do the same thing again. So today we're doing something different. Now, again, just going through all the primary colors, yellows, reds, blues and greens. And now we're going to do a bit of green, but I'm going to mix a bit of white with it as well.
Zuzka, v pohode, pomaly. Toto John hovoril, že hovoríte, že farby rozumieme, ale nestíhame dokresliť celý výkres. Vy si kreslíte svoje farby. Nemusíte to robiť úplne presne tak ako John. Toto je niečo, čo už aj včera hovoril na workshope, aj dnes, že vždy je to o tom, ako sa obraz páči vám. Čiže keď ich tam dáte opäť menej, to vôbec nevadí. Alebo naopak dáte o 3 viac. Je to úplne na vás, pretože abstraktné umenie je naozaj abstraktné a je to niečo, na čo sa budete pozerať doma vy. Ako hovorí John.
Wow, look at this. Uh-oh. I like it.
Čiže v zásade pohrajte sa s tým.
Now the colors are all starting to mix and overlap and we're getting all sorts of nice effects. I won't do too much more now because I don't want to get it muddy and dirty looking, you know. So we'll just go maybe this far with it. I want to leave some of that white showing through for good reasons. Now, one last little bit here. Now, last thing is maybe just a little bit across here. If you want any one...
So Gretka is 13 and they're from Ružomberok. That's, you know where Ružomberok is?
No.
That's a place where I was born actually.
Aha!
It's in Lipto.
How far away is that?
About 2.5 hours from here by car.
Out in the sticks, out in the wilds.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm. So that's nice. Thank you.
What's her name, sorry?
Greta.
Oh, yeah, Greta.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look, Greta, you like this? Cool. Okay, now, that's as far as we're going to go with this. I don't want it getting confused looking. We'll leave that alone. Oh, we've got something rather nice already. You have to be absolutely sure to clean your brush between colours. Very important, otherwise it gets all muddy and dirty looking. Now, let's leave that and let's leave that to dry for a little while we move on to the next stage. Take off my tape at the top here. And here's what we've got so far.
Takže prvý máme dokončený. Máme 3 výkresy, áno. Dneska sme si povedali, že prvý je dokončený, tento. Z toho druhého si môžete urobiť ten rám, kým my sa tu pripravujeme a zvládneme nalepiť ten tretí, pretože tie 3 výkresy budeme dnes spájať a budeme ich spájať do jedného. Takže kým si John pripraví a nalepí druhý výkres, on pracuje na A2, čo znamená, že on má ešte aj trošku väčšiu plochu ako vy. Vy, predpokladáme, máte doma A3, takže on sa tu musí s tým pohrať ešte trošku viac.
So now we're using our second piece of paper. You'll be using your second piece of A3. I'm using an A2 because it's bigger and that means everybody can see what I'm doing. Now, what's next? So we let that dry and we move on to the next stage of all this. Are you able to keep up, guys?
Áno, stíhate zatiaľ s nami? Tento workshop pre deti máme rozvrhnutý približne na 1 hodinku, takže za tú 1 hodinku, aby to teda pre deti nebolo príliš dlhé, a aj keď máme hodiny online, tak tieto workshopy sú naplánované na 1 hodinku.
Now, just going to take this a little bit out of the way so it doesn't get all covered in.
Pre dospelých je to teraz v online 1.5 hodiny a pre deti hodinka.
Now, Libos, I need you to explain, this is kind of important.
Okay.
There is an infinite number of ways you can make an abstract painting. Infinite number of ways. I've just chosen a few kind of ideas from these very famous paintings in order to put them together in an interesting way to make a new abstract painting. These are my own choices. You can make your choices. But this is as good a way of getting the ideas of abstraction out and maybe learn a little bit about them. But I've just chosen a few ideas here. You can, when you get better at this, you can choose your own ideas and apply paint or lines or curves or shapes or anything you like in the way you like to do it. Okay? All right?
Okay. Tak tuto trošku možno pomôžem, neviem, či je to nutné, ale pre tých najmä, čo rozumejú nejakým farbám a aby vedeli, že o čom celé abstraktné umenie je. Abstraktné umenie samostatne je v zásade len o tom, že ich je tak veľa možností, ako to robiť, že v tom prípade je vlastne úplne jedno, čo robíte a ako to robíte. Abstraktné umenie nemá žiadne pravidlá, nemá žiadne hranice a práve preto, keď ste si možno všimli v jednej galérii, si urobili možno trošku takú srandu, že kde banán prelepili páskou a všetci sa na to pozerali ako parádne umenie a pritom to tam len niekto dal, lebo chcel vidieť, že či to niekoho zaujme. Takže abstraktné umenie má nekonečné množstvo spôsobov vyjadrenia a preto vôbec sa nebojte, keď tá čiara bude napravo, naľavo, zelená, modrá, červená. Je to vaše a vy si to poviete, že je to pre vás a je to pre ľudí, ktorí sú okolo vás a je to úplne OK.
Okay, great. Now, so we have another piece of paper, so we're starting now on stage 2 of our finished abstract painting. So, we have a piece of paper here. What are we going to do? Let's get our marker. You can use a big pencil or anything really, anything that gives you a good mark. And we're just going to draw some lines straight down. They don't have to be straight as you can make them. Let's put one there. Let's put one over there. Let's put one right beside it.
Čiže tí,
You
čo
can
ste...
put them anywhere you like.
Teraz kreslíme rovné čiary. Tí, čo ste boli s nami aj včera v workshope pre dospelých, tak tam ste videli, že tam sme si kreslili v zásade hociaké čiary a to bolo najmä ako kruhy, polokruhy, len tak sme sa bavili a hrali sme sa. Teraz je to viac zorganizované, zase teraz sme si to vymenili, kreslíme rovné čiary. Čiže opäť hovoríme o abstraktnom umení, kde včera možno bolo niekde trošku sklamanie, že zase ideme robiť to isté, čo dnes, ale je to v zásade úplne niečo iné, lebo teraz sme sa rozhodli vymeniť garde tvaru čiar.
Okay, now I've just put some lines on here. I've just drawn some lines from the top to the bottom. Anywhere you like. There's 4 in a row here, 4 together here, 2, another 2, 2 together, and 1. Entirely up to you how you want to do it. And now, because we're going to have a go and use some of Mondrian's techniques this time.
Mondrian, my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now,
I like
let's
that.
go this way. Okay. Let's go this way, and we go here like that.
We even have a 4-year-old Lada.
Lada. Hello, Lada.
Mm-hmm.
And
Lada was a princess with a golden star on her forehead. There's a fairy tale we have.
whatever floats
Yeah.
your boat.
Exactly. Don't tell me. It was
What's the
made like
Slovak for
50
that?
years ago.
How do you say that in Slovak? Whatever floats your boat. we say
Whatever
in English.
floats your boat. Čokoľvek funguje pre teba.
Now, okay, I'm just putting lines anywhere here. Now, this time, I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom. I'm going to start at the top and maybe go to there. Why not? And maybe start here. Divide that one in
Takže
half.
teraz sme sa inšpirovali
Down
trošku
here. We're
Mondrianom.
not going all the way anywhere. Maybe that one. Then maybe a few of these to there. And what about a couple here like this? Look.
Neviem, ak tu máme ešte Magali, ktorá sa pýtala, že či ten workshop bude rovnaký, tak Magali vidíte, že tento workshop je
There.
predsa len trošku iný
And then let's divide this up.
a robíme zase z Mondriana dnes niečo.
Yeah, this is Mondrian is the influence now for this part of it. And you'll see what we're going to do now soon. Now let's go down like this here, and let's go over here with this, and here, and let's make a little ladder in here. There's no real explanation as to why. You do it because you like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you don't have to justify it, you don't have to explain it.
Áno.
I think I'll leave it at that now.
Mhm.
I think I'll leave that much. I'm going to color in some of these in black, like Mr. Mondrian. What? Maybe this one.
Čiže niektoré si vyberiete
And then we'll use some paint as well.
a potom vymalujete niektoré na čierno priamo tou fixkou, ktorú ste to kreslili. Toto sa mi na Johnovi páči, že on keď niečo vytvára alebo vyrába, pretože John robí aj 3D veci, napríklad aj rôzne sochy alebo nejaké výtvory aj z kartónu urobil krásne s takými deviatakmi. A to sú veci, kde on povie, že fantázii sa medze nekladú. A preto tie deti dokážu vyrábať s ním naozaj že umelecké diela, pretože on im priamo v tom procese pomáha, že toto je úplne super a pozri sa, možno, že páčilo by sa ti to aj tu. A to dieťa v tomto prípade zváži a vlastne OK, prečo nie, môžem to dať aj tu. A takto postupne si možno trošku podvedome, možno trošku z Johnovej strany vedome prechádza nejakými princípmi, ktoré pre výtvarné umenie platia a takto on pomáha dostať sa do nejakého želaného efektu, kde on neurobí v zásade nič, urobí to všetko to dieťa, ale možno pomôže a napovie, ako to urobiť tak, aby to fungovalo v zásade tých princípov umenia. Pri tom abstraktnom umení je to iné práve v tom, že tam žiadne pravidlá nie sú, ale ako aj vidíte tu, tak John sa pozerá na to, že ktoré vyfarbí, ktoré nevyfarbí, že chce mať takú peknú mozaiku, ktorá sa páči proste jemu.
What was all that?
Not important. No, I was saying that when you're doing things with adults and with kids, that you lead them somewhere, but in the end they are the ones doing the thing.
That's the point.
And they can decide, do I want to have it here on the right side or on the left side?
That's exactly what I'm hoping to encourage in people.
So this is important when you're doing artwork. It's mainly about how they perceive it and what they want to do with it.
Yes. Grown-ups are not always right. They can set you floating, but eventually you have to learn to swim all by yourself.
Exactly.
Isn't that right? Now I think let me see, do maybe this here. Now we're going to use some color. Which colors will we use, Libers? Will we use reds and yellows?
I mean, I like that blue one as well.
You like some blue as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll put in some blue.
Like lighter blue, or like this basic primary blue is also nice.
Okay, let's put a big long black
together maybe with red.
Okay. Now, whatever looks good on the page, it's your choices that matter, okay? I think.
Ako zatiaľ stíhate s nami?
Now, I got a lovely new brush for this job because I knew I'd be doing something like this. Now, let's get some red into it. Why not? There's a lovely deep signal red, it's called. Whoa! Uh-oh. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't that nice? Uh-oh. If you're going to join my classes in future, I really hope you can get some really good colors. Try and get some really good acrylic colors. It just makes all the difference. You can't really do this sort of thing with water paint, with watercolors. They're just not strong enough, you know. So let's make a great big red.
Akrylové farby, John hovorí, že sú najlepšie, ak chcete nejakým spôsobom vytvárať umelecké dielka. My máme s Johnom pripravených niekoľko workshopov pre deti. Tie však už budú v prostredí Google Meet, to znamená, že budú v platenej forme. Ten workshop bude v soboty od 11:15 do 12:15 do poludnia. A vy, pokiaľ by ste chceli takéto niečo posunúť svoje deti, možno aj seba, pretože ja keď sa na to pozerám, tak ja úplne v pohode by som toto dávala s deťmi na tejto úrovni a totálne by mi to stačilo. Takže tieto workshopy budú tie soboty do poludnia a môžete sa prihlásiť buď cez našu webovú stránku, alebo sa dá prihlásiť aj jednotlivo na workshop. Ja vám asi možno napíšem aj kde to nájdete na web stránke a jednotlivo na workshop sa dá prihlásiť potom buď cez e-mail, alebo ešte vytvoríme aj na našej webovej stránke možnosť mať jeden. Tam je to pekné, že napríklad minulý týždeň, čo ste s nami boli, tak sme robili krajinku s deťmi. Tento týždeň robíme abstraktné umenie. Na budúci týždeň budeme robiť ďalší typ workshopu zameraný na ďalšiu techniku. Čiže deti si prejdú viacerými technikami.
I'm just saying, Libers, that if people are going to join me and they want to be serious about this, it might be an idea to spend a little money on some good paints. Some good acrylic paints that they are a little bit expensive, but they last you for a long time. They last you for weeks.
And then they can actually put it on the wall,
Absolutely.
in their room.
Something they're finished with. Yes, indeed. Now, that's enough of red. Do you like that so far?
Yes.
How does it look
like
on? Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's really good
very bright.
on
Gorgeous.
camera. Yes, indeed. Now let's use some yellow. Uh-oh, clean your brush, John. Clean your brush. Don't tell your students to clean your brush and not do it yourself.
Tým umýte štítec poriadne, pretože nechcete mať viaceré farby.
Now, using a yellow. Wait till we see. Let's put some yellow here. Whoa. Look at these lovely vivid colors that you get with acrylics. It just makes all the difference. Lovely strong, bright colors. And these are primary colors. Yellows, blues, reds are primary colors. Green is not a primary color because you can make it by mixing blue and yellow. Whoa, I like it. What do we see now? Here maybe. Fun, isn't it?
Dala som tam link, kde sa môžete pozrieť na to, ako tie workshopy vyzerajú, čo tam všetko máme, ako to všetko funguje. Ale nebojte sa, budeme mať takisto aj pokračovanie. My sme totižto počas celej prvej korony vlny robili pre naše deti, ktoré majú s nami výtvarnú videá. A tie videá oni si pustili doma a mohli si podľa toho vyrobiť tie jednotlivé umelecké dielka. Tak my postupne budeme tie videá šerovať. Nie je to úplne to, čo dostanete od Johna, keď ste na workshope, pretože tam je tá pozornosť a tá podpora úplne iná. Ale pokiaľ sa nerozhodnete napríklad, že by ste si povedali, že nechcete chodiť na takéto workshopy k nám, buď fyzicky alebo online, tak aj tam môžete sa pozrieť na nejaké veci, ktoré John vytvára. Chystáme aj ďalšie workshopy, that looks very nice.
Doesn't it?
Ale to možno, že bude viacej aj o varení, aj o nejakých iných aktivitách. Postupne sa nechajte prekvapiť, budete nás možno sledovať na Facebooku a si poviete, tak OK, ideme sa pozrieť na to, čo zase nové vymyslia. Takže my sa posnažíme niečo pekné a zaujímavé vymyslieť pre vás. A tieto workshopy, ktoré pôjdu cez ten Google Meet, tak tie budú začínať od budúcej soboty. A dá sa kúpiť aj jednotlivo každý jeden workshop.
Good. So you're telling about workshops. I hope people will join me. I hope you will. It's nice when you have a great big class full of people, everybody working together. Now you see what I'm doing here now? I'm putting on some green. Every color you put on changes the picture completely, isn't it?
It's very nice.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Very lovely big deep green that you get with these good acrylic paints. Look at that. And I'll show you the brush I'm using here now. It's a sort of it's kind of a flat brush. Very good for filling up shapes like this. You see it? Has a flat top. Like that. Now what do you see? We don't want to do too much. So
This already looks like Mondrian's painting.
does it?
Yeah, that's very nice.
Well, Mr. Mondrian would be very upset with me when he sees what I'm going to do to it next.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
dear.
know.
And you say in English, Mondrian would be turning in his grave.
Yeah. We have the same.
You have the same
Yeah,
expression.
Yeah, exactly the same. Pán Mondrian sa bude obracať v hrobe, keď bude vidieť, čo ideme s
Come back.
jeho krásnou maľbou urobiť.
What do we see now? Last bit of green. Where do you think, Libush?
At the bottom here? I don't know, I would, but it depends on what you want to do. I don't know if you're going to use this
Not
part, but then
there, but maybe here.
Okay.
Certainly at the bottom, yes, you're right. about
somewhere there.
that. Yeah. And we still need room for some blue.
Aha, yeah, of course. You're going to put another color in.
Right, we need some blue in there as well. Let me see now. Which blue will we use? Oh, look at this lovely blue. We'll use this one. Clean your brush, John. Always clean your brush. Very important. Otherwise it just gets all muddy and yucky and awful. Now, let me see, maybe a little bit of white in with this because blue. Now, okay. So I'm mixing up some blue. Not mixing it, just using it straight from the tube, but it has to be the right blue, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I put a little bit of white with that. Now this is only stage 2 of our painting. We still have time to go. Now, Ligosh, what happens now? This happens now.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence is a
Wow,
great thing, isn't
I
it?
like this
Now
one.
it's getting, now.
Yeah.
That's cool, isn't it?
Now we're talking.
Yeah. Look at that lovely sky blue.
So John, do you think that all of our kids here are able to do
Of
this?
course they are. They're better able to do it than I am. They're super. These
Možno,
kids-
že napíšte nám tiež, že ako sa to deťom páči. Užívajú si toto maľovanie? Páči sa im vymaľovávanie v zásade čiar, ktoré si oni nakreslili? Že nakreslili si vlastnú omaľovánku? A
Send us a
teraz?
note, send us a message and tell us, is this easy peasy lemon squeezy? I think it is.
A teraz
Easy
vlastne
peasy
si to vymaľovajú.
lemon squeezy.
A urobia si to podľa seba, urobia si to tak, ako sa to páči im. A opäť nie je nutné vyplniť celý papier. To v zásade ani nie je žiadúce. Chceme, aby tie farby nejakým spôsobom pekne k sebe ladili a deti sú veľkí maliari, veľkí umelci. Oni si to vedia urobiť krásne sami.
Now this is absolute abstraction. This is pure abstraction. And all you're doing is making something interesting to the eye. It's a feast for the eye is what it is.
Mhm.
There's no other requirement.
Pastva pre oči.
Now wait till we see now. Wait till we see. Wait till we see. These things are important to get them right.
So little George is saying he's enjoying it.
Is he? Hello, George. How old are you, George? Tell me.
Wait, George.
Want to know all
let
about
me
George?
scroll up because we've had his age here. Five. He's five.
5.
Mm-hmm.
George.
Ah, that's nice.
George, all at 5.
it's
Where's
nice
George
to
from?
see.
Do we know?
I guess from Bratislava maybe.
Yes?
Yes, 5. Thank you, Zuzka. Yeah, it's nice to see that the kids actually are enjoying these things. And you know, the funny thing is that this is a little bit of a guided tour. So it's completely different what they would otherwise create.
Yes, I suppose. But you have to start somewhere, and you know, I've kind of been doing this for a while. I know what I'm doing, and this is just to give you an idea, and you can take all these
So,
ideas.
John,
and
how
use
long
them
have you
elsewhere.
been painting actually?
Oh, about 300 years, I think.
Ah,
something
yeah,
close to
yeah,
that.
I thought
I've
so.
been painting for about 30 years.
So, you
And-
see.
I don't know if I have anything here to show them.
No, it doesn't matter because we can send them a link.
Sure.
Takže keď vidíte, že toto je niečo pre deti, kde ich to zoberie do úplne inej dimenzie, lebo každé dieťa si nejakým spôsobom doma maľuje, kreslí a ako som povedala už po anglicky, že toto je nejaký guided tour, čo znamená, John vás prevedie tajmi a zákutiami a takisto aj takými jednoduchými princípami, ktoré pre umenie fungujú. A možno, že deti si, ja neviem, o rok, o 2, o 3 zase niečo namaľujú, ale už nezabudnú viac na tie princípy. A o tomto sú aj tie naše workshopy. Aby deti neprestali maľovať a naopak, aby sa deti nie že zhoršovali, čo sa niekedy v škole stáva, pretože tam je príliš veľa pravidiel a príliš veľa zákazov a obmedzení. Ak sú páni učitelia, ktorí sa nájdu, že deťom nechávajú voľnú ruku, aj napriek tomu, že majú nakresliť napríklad či už nejakú krajinku, alebo postavu, alebo niečo vymodelovať, tak to je úžasné. A vidím, že John má takýto prístup tiež, kde on dáva deťom takú nadstavbu v tom, že nech sa páči, kreslite, ale na druhej strane ja vám ukážem, ako by to mohlo byť lepšie a čo všetko s tým viete urobiť.
Now, the last thing, I'm not going to do too much more now, but I thought this needed some green down here. Okay. Now, all right, let's leave that alone. Now, Libra, what's next? What do we see?
And you know this mom is saying that is actually amazing because she's very happy because George doesn't really like drawing, but this he likes.
He likes this. Well, need to dry this out a little bit, so I didn't bring my hair dryer.
Sorry, me neither.
So, now acrylics dry very quickly. Another good advantage of acrylics, they dry very quickly. So,
áno, to je výhoda akrylových farieb, že akrylové farby schnú rýchlo. Takže my teraz trošku pánovi Mondrianovi postavíme vlasy dubkom a ideme robiť
now
veci.
I'm going to commit sacrilege. What is that? How do you say that in Slovak?
I just said it in Slovak.
Oh dear. Look, a compass. Now.
Keď nemáte kružidlo, nevadí, zoberte tanier, zoberte pohár. Ideálne, keď sú rôzne priemery tých pohárov, tých tanierikov, pretože nakoniec uvidíte, že čo z toho budeme robiť. Ale ide o to, aby to nemalo rovnaký priemer.
There's a great big circle with a lot of colors inside it. Now let's get another one here.
Takže povyberáme si v zásade hoci kde na tom papieri.
Now we make a smaller circle.
Teraz to
Bring our
zmenšíme.
compass in a little bit.
Hoci kde na tom papieri urobíme kruhy. Kruhy môžu byť menšie, väčšie, hlavne nech sú.
And you try to pick a spot that has the most colors in it. Now, I want to get one semicircle. We get a semicircle by going to the edge.
Oh, nice. So we have people from all around Slovakia.
Really? Hello, everybody!
That's wonderful.
And there's one semicircle up here. So, that's a couple of circles. Now, can anybody name another basic shape for me? What do you think? A square is a basic shape, isn't it? Let's find a square. Let's make a square, let's see, down here, a great big one. We won't bother using a ruler, we can just draw it freehand like this. There's a big square. There's a lot of white in this square, but that's okay. Let's find another one. Oh no, I tell you what. It's just a small square here. Coming down like that. Over here. And over here like that. Now a big long rectangle. And let's get some of this lovely stuff here. So let's go up, take in some of the green. And down here. And oops, over. And big long thin rectangle like that. Goes all the way up to the top.
Na toto vám úplne stačí ceruska, nemusíte používať fixku, lebo aj tak uvidíte neskôr, čo s tým budeme robiť.
Now, and a big triangle.
Takže meníme tvary, ideme.
Big
Štvorce,
triangle like
kruhy, obdĺžniky a teraz sme na trojuholníkoch.
Okay? Now, Libush, draw, come on. I'm doing all the work. But it's a little small triangle somewhere.
Small triangle somewhere.
Not too small.
Not too small. What if I take this like that? Oh,
Perfect. Perfect. And the last thing, that one big long, another big long rectangle here. Now this is where Mondrian gets all upset with me, because what are we going to do? We're going to cut them out. Oh no.
Oh no!
Poor Mondrian.
Don't look, Mondrian. Don't look now.
Mondrian, you're not going to like this. Now we get that rectangle first.
Takže pán Mondrian, teda už asi dúfajme, že už nás nemal rád a už nás nebude mať rád o nič viac. Ani s týmto. Tak, ale to nám vôbec nevadí, pretože robíme abstraktné umenie a na to sme namaľovali aj ten prvý obraz.
Now, as I do them, would you get a little bit of tape for each one and can you just stick them up there for me? And
Maybe this one.
Yeah. I'll just put them there for you and you put them up on So there's a rectangle first. Now let's get this lovely big triangle here with this one. When we can see them all, you know what to do with them. So you see how much abstract painting is experimental. You make it up as you go along. It's a very free-flowing way of producing paintings. There's a
The
lovely
thing is, you
triangle.
need to come up with this idea as well.
Well, you know, this is a very simple idea, basic shapes and just gestural colors and things.
Možno tiež je to aj o tom, že zoberte deti niekde do múzea, do nejakej galérie a keď napríklad Danubiana má krásne veci v Bratislave, ale určite aj iné ďalšie, ktoré sú na Slovensku, kde tie deti možno uvidia niečo a na budúce si budú maľovať podľa toho. That's a nice one.
Now we need some circles. Let's get this big circle here. I know people will get sad when they see me cutting up a painting like this, but it's all towards a greater goal, let's say. It's all part of the plan. These are the plans.
John, when you go around the galleries, do you also see sometimes some kids hanging around?
Yes, and it's very nice to see them too. I don't know if you know, I think you mentioned Danubiana.
I did.
You really should go to Danubiana. Danubiana is an absolute jewel in the crown of Slovakia. It is superb. Whoever runs Danubiana really, really knows what they're doing. And the standard of work in there is extremely high. So you won't be cheated if you go to Danubiana, believe me. They really do know what they're doing.
What other galleries would you recommend?
Well, the Nedbalka one is good, but also the museum of there's a museum of modern art down. God, you see, I don't know the names of these streets, but if you come out the door of the Natural History Museum and you walk straight, and then you come across that lovely modern building on the right that juts out. In there, which I don't think it's fully open yet. It hasn't been completed yet, and there'll be a big ceremony for that. And just as while we're on the subject, the Natural History Museum in Bratislava is one of the best museums I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of museums. Do yourself a favor, go in and have a look. There's a great exhibition at the moment of posters of Italian movies from the 1950s and 60s. Pasolini, Fellini, God, who else? Can't remember any more names.
Áno, v Bratislave je tých múzeí a galérií našťastie celkom dosť. Tí, čo ste z iných častí Slovenska, tak určite sa nájdú aj menšie galérie aj inde, ale ako aj John hovorí, múzeum je takisto druhá možnosť.
There's an exhibition in there of black and white photographs of the resistance, the partisans during the Second World War. Really not to be missed. Top class exhibition. Really good photographs.
A chodíte aj vy s deťmi do múzeí a do galérií? Napíšte nám, ktoré sú vaše obľúbené.
Now, so we've got squares, triangles. Look at all the stuff we've got. Cool. We've got a big semicircle up there, which I don't want to miss. And this one, remember this big long one here. All the interesting shapes inside it. Now, it's pretty exhausting, isn't it? Because I love
this is the next one. Yes.
And now let's get one more triangle using this here.
Takže vidíte, čo my robíme s Mondrianovým dielom. Nám to vôbec nevadí, my sa naopak z toho veľmi tešíme.
I'm going to get my semicircle here at the top. Now it's starting to get messy, which is pretty typical. So a semicircle is half of a circle. So here's a semicircle.
Andrejka píše Múzeum Ľudovita Fulu. A čo v tom Múzeu Ľudovita Fulu nájdete?
One semicircle.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, what happens now? Okay. Now we go back to our original. Do you have some tape, Leroy?
Yeah,
Just
I do.
Two pieces that might tie that up.
Okay. So where do you want to put this?
One here, it's fine.
One here and one here?
No, up at the corner here.
Here, okay. And one here. Okay.
Excellent. So, back to our original. Now, what happens is we take our shapes, we get our glue. Is everybody with me?
Super. And they are saying that they go to museums, they go to galleries.
Oh, do. By all means, do.
Nice.
And the next time we meet, we can have a chat. Now, one of the ideas with abstraction, and one of the ways you make your painting stronger, is by contrasting different elements. Black and white. Complementary colors. Blue and yellow. Red and green. Or straight lines and curves. So that was the idea we started with. Now look. We're going to start mixing straight lines and curves. And this then starts to get more and more interesting as we go. Now, where do we see? Where will we put this one? We have another circle here. Where do we see? Where do we put it? We put it let's put it there for now. Okay, so we have curves behind and basic shapes with lines in front.
John, next time you go to the mountains, to Tatras, then you can go to it's in Poprad, where you get off the train.
Yes.
And it's Tatranska Galeria.
Okay,
so
is it a good one?
Yeah, apparently it is.
Okay.
Sebastian is saying that they go there. So, yeah, maybe I should take my kids as well.
Indeed. Now the green, the trouble with this is the green is a little bit strong, but we're not going to complain. Luckily, we can fix anything. Now let's go across the middle here. I'm just putting these on where they look good for me. You can decide where to put yours. I like them where I'm putting them, but it's all very subjective. I don't know what's the word for subjective, Libush.
Subjektívne.
It's your choice. It's your painting. You put it wherever you like. Now, we put the shapes on first, and then we maybe define them a little with some black. Wait till we see.
Čiže najprv si to tam všetko nejak pekne naukladáme, tak ako sa nám to páči. A možno potom zvýrazníme nejaké...
Off you go.
Oh, my turn. Okay. Where would I put this? I think I would put it... Oh wait, there's a frame coming, right?
Good idea.
Here.
Good idea.
I want to put it
Yep, that's fine. And eventually, as you put more and more on, it starts to limit your choices because the painting starts making the rules. You know what I mean? It starts to tell you where things will go and where they belong and where they don't. So the options get narrower and narrower. You get fewer and fewer options as you go on, but nonetheless, the idea is that you end up it's an arrow. Let's get them all on first, and then we'll work on it a little bit. So, now we've just got a lot of problems to solve, which is what abstract art is about, the constant solving of artistic problems, one after another. suppose it better. Yeah. No. That's better. So I'm very arbitrarily now allowing for chance, allowing for what might happen, what might not happen. Now, now Libush, we're going to clean it up now a little bit with our frame. Remember our frame? So, now we go back to our frame, and we'll see what effect that has, and then we'll know how to proceed from there. Maybe that does need to be translated. We put on our frame.
Čiže teraz sme si dali tvary, ktoré sme vystrihli. A ako John hovorí, ideme to trochu vyčistiť a vyčistíme to práve tým rámom. Na to sme potrebovali tú tretiu a trojku. You need some help?
No, it's fine.
A tu uvidíte už to samotné umenie, samotný obraz, ktorý máme. Maybe you need more glue?
No, the problem is I didn't register properly on this side. So it's got a wrinkle. It's not the end of the world.
No.
No, the end of the world is tomorrow, as we all know.
Yeah.
Not today. Okay?
Takže takto sme si to celé vyčistili.
All right. Now look, we've got something interesting now.
Ale ešte nekončíme úplne.
Come look from a distance and you start to see then what's going on.
Yeah, I already see.
You see that?
If you look here. Yes.
Now. Okay. Now, at this stage, you're on your own. It's your picture. You get to do what you like with it. My own opinion is it needs some black. Now that's just my picture. Your picture might need something else entirely. But you've created, at this stage, your own abstract painting. Now you have to fix it for yourself, really.
We want to see them, right?
No, absolutely. We got to see some of the finished things, definitely.
Takže ako John hovorí, on si myslí, že na jeho obrázku chýba nejaká čierna a trošku línie, ktoré chce zvýrazniť. Ale je možné, že na tých vašich obrázkoch chýba niečo úplne iné, ak teda niečo vôbec chýba. No a my by sme vás chceli poprosiť, aby ste nám do správy tu na Facebooku, potom po skončení tohto live vysielania a keď si vy dokončíte svoje obrazy, aby ste nám ich poslali. My sa veľmi na ne tešíme, pretože chceme vidieť, čo všetko ste vytvorili a ako ste tento Johnov návod poňali vy. Čiže prosíme, pošlite nám a my sa budeme s Johnom tu tichučko vytešovať. A nahlas na Facebooku, lebo potom veľmi radi tie obrázky postneme aj na Facebook.
Now, I've mixed up as close as I can get to a black here. You see that? I've mixed Prussian blue and red and green, and I've got a black. So I want to strengthen the whole thing and define the whole thing a little bit using some black. This is just my painting. You may not want to do this, you may not need to do this. You could use white if you like. I'm using something as close to a black here as I can in order to what, John? Sometimes you have to stop talking, John. All right. It's a visual thing. It's not to do with.
Čiže John použil kombináciu červenej, modrej a zelenej. Ak máte čiernu, môžete čiernu. Ak máte bielu, môžete bielu. Môžete to urobiť a nemusíte to urobiť. Je to opäť úplne na vás. Vy sa rozhodnete, či takéto niečo chcete tej tvorbe dodať, alebo nie.
So, now the painting is making the rules. This is the point. The painting is now making the rules, and you just have to obey the painting. Painting wants you to do something, you just have to do it if you want it to be successful or if you want it to work. Now,
čiže toto sú už také malé detaily, ktoré, ako John hovorí, on to vidí tým svojim odborným okom. Maľuje už 30 rokov, takisto mal v galériách v Írsku mnohé výstavy svojich obrazov. Takže on ako umelec presne vie, čo tam chýba, ako to urobiť, aby to bolo zaujímavé a aby to zaujalo oko diváka. Tie workshopy, ktoré plánujeme robiť s deťmi ďalej, tak budú zamerané za každým na inú tému. Tentokrát sme mali abstrakt, ešte stále máme veľmi veľa nevyčerpaných tém. Môžete sa pozrieť na našu klásovskú www.class.sk web stránku v sekcii deti. Tam nájdete tieto workshopy, na ktoré sa dá prihlásiť. A tam sa aj môžete pozrieť, akými témami sa budeme zaoberať. Bude to po anglicky, čo znamená, že ja už na tých workshopoch nebudem toľko veľa rozprávať po slovensky, ja už budem len pomáhať.
Now I think I need to stop before I ruin it. So let's put that in. Now, you could of course just go on and on and on and on and on with this, but for the purpose of this lesson, this exercise and this video, we'll leave it alone for now. Okay, it's kind of okay.
John sa na to ide pozrieť z diaľky.
It's not bad at all.
Je to úplne super.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that. The lines that you've put here, they're
The black,
really
yes,
cool.
the black
Yeah.
helps to strengthen it.
Yes, totally.
That's the effect that black has, by the way. Good strong black. It'll just sort of tie it all together and give it some rhythm. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's not great.
It's great.
Yeah, I think it's
It's not okay. It's great. Okay. Dobre.
So I think we leave that for today, Libush. That's been a successful exercise, I think.
Áno, definitely. I really like that. I like the combinations of different colors, different shapes.
Yes, the gestures, the curves, contrasted with the straight lines, etc. Yeah.
A ako vidíte, tu sme skombinovali mnohé abstraktné techniky a diela. Čiže abstrakcia je v zásade len o tom, čo si vy skombinujete dokopy a čo sa vám páči a ako sa vám to páči. Napríklad takéto niečo by som si kľudne zavesila do svojej izby. Pretože keď sa na to pozriete, trošku by sme to vyrovnali, možno zarámovali, ale je to úplne jedna nádherná maľba. Takže ak máte záujem s nami pokračovať ďalej a chcete sa pozrieť na ďalšie techniky, ďalšie štýly a spôsoby, tak sa pridajte opäť, ale je tam potrebné sa už prihlásiť. Ak by ste chceli a na našej web stránke a na našom e-shope, lebo tam sa to kupuje cez e-shop, tak tam si to všetko môžete pozrieť, ak máte otázky, je tam aj telefónne číslo. Ale my budeme teda šerovať s vami aj ďalšie veci a tie ďalšie veci budú videá z rôznych oblastí, ale ďalšie budú aj z art workshopov. John, tu má ešte
last
jednu.
thing. This is the one I did with an adult class yesterday, and this is the one we did today. This one is better. Well done, kids. I'm proud of you all. That's been fun, hasn't it? This is what I look like without my hat. This one is better. So, I hope you all had fun. I've forgotten a lot of the names, but I hoped I get to meet you all again sometime. We've had age groups, we've had 5-year-olds, all the way up to 10. 13! Guys, if you enjoyed this, come back and we'll do such crazy, you won't believe all the super stuff we're going to do. We're going to do portraits and still lives and landscapes and all sorts of cool crafts and arts, and I know you'll enjoy it. Okay? So hopefully I'll see you again, and we'll say goodbye from John and from Libush. Bye-bye, everybody. If you have any more questions, Libush will answer them for you.
OK. Ja si myslím, že momentálne sme fajn. Ja vám napíšem takisto aj tu ešte do komentárov, koľko ten workshop stojí, koľko stojí set 5 workshopov, ak budete mať záujem. A teda vidíme sa opäť na budúce. Ďakujeme za vašu pozornosť a tešíme sa na vaše krásne obrázky. Majte sa!